bird that needs help, call Animus Foundation at 352-843-6379. They will come and get the animal if you can't take it to them. High school students and those with court-ordered community service can earn required hours in this rewarding environment. And veterans who share a bond with animals and parents who have been through mental or physical trauma are especially welcomed. Families, clubs, and tourists can arrange for tours of Animus without driving for hours or miles. Consider volunteering. Animus needs you.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Auto repair with personal care, we know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right, will treat you right.
All right, Matt Gibbs is here to answer your questions about your cars. And if you'd like to call in, you can. The number is 622-9622. Let me make sure I got the podcast going. Yeah, there it is. Good morning, Matt. How you doing?
Good, Larry. How are you?
There were cars. Good. I'm doing good. There were cars in the news twice this morning. Let me find. The first one is from USA Today. And it says Cadillac, Volkswagen, Audi, and Mini are among the first automakers to set to reveal new vehicles this evening in events tied to the New York Auto Show. This glitzy annual event serves as a platform for the world's leading automakers to debut shimmering new vehicles. There you go. It says expect more crossover vehicles as customers continue to lose interest in passenger cars, choosing roomier rides instead. What do you think?
I think that's correct.
And don't young people want cars? I mean, sharp-looking cars. I would think that the catering to the SUV crowd is basically catering to the older crowd.
When you say young people, what does that mean?
High school.
How much money do high school kids have?
So your point is what? They don't have enough money?
Of course, high school kids. No, they don't have enough.
So how did we have enough money when we were kids?
Did you buy a new car?
No.
Okay, so the
oh, okay.
You feel me?
I feel you. Yeah. So wait a minute. So okay, if they don't make cars now, then in 20 years, when the kid wants to buy a 20-year-old car, he's not going to get one. He's going to get a 20-year-old SUV.
By that time, he's going to be trained and taught that this is what you drive, brother. My first car was a 2017 Suburban. You know?
Do you know what I really don't get?
What?
The word sexy when it applies to cars. Do you ever see a car and say, that's a sexy car?
No, I never.
I don't either.
No.
But it's what it says right here.
So can we watch this unveiling tonight and see what a sexy car looks like?
It says here. Well, I can go to it. It says here are seven sexy new cars making their debut and SUV. So I go to their website. You want to see what it looks like? You want to see what a sexy car looks like? We can describe to the audience. All right, let me go to USA Today. USA Today.
Sexy cars.
Sexy cars. Well, it's right on that same article. Let me find them. Where are the sexy cars? Let me just put cars up here because it's probably going to be lost in the mix here. Search for cars because cars are cars all over the world.
Now, I don't know. Now they're getting sexy.
Oh, come on.
There you go. That's a sexy looking car.
How do I search on here? Okay, right here. Okay, cars. There's the search. Okay. Okay. Are these the sexy cars?
I don't know. It looks
Stunning new cars. Here we go. Here's the auto show.
Okay, there's a truck.
GMC unveils the 2019 Sierra AT4. That'll be tonight.
Okay.
Sexy? No.
I think that's manly.
Look at this one. They only show a silhouette. You don't even see the car. This is the Toyota RAV4.
RAV. It's a RAV4.
Oh, you don't say RAV?
No, you say RAV.
Then why did they capitalize it? That doesn't make sense to me. All right. The Volkswagen. That's a Volkswagen? This is the Atlas SUV VW.
Huh.
Two V's in a row is hard to say.
VVVW?
SUV VW.
VVW?
All right, here's the... Can you see these?
That's a car.
This is a Volkswagen new four-door coupe.
It's a car.
That's a car.
So there you go. There's a car for young folks right there.
Wonder how much.
That ain't got no money to buy that car.
All right, the Lexus has done a blacked out version of its RCF. Well, there you go. There's the sexy car. There's a convertible. You talked me out of a convertible. This is the 2019 Mercedes-Benz C300 Cabriolet.
There you go. You need to buy one of those, Larry. Right there. That's you right there.
Are you being silly, or you think?
No, I'm being for real.
That looks like me.
Just go ahead and hang it. Let's call the Mercedes dealership and find out how much that car costs right there.
Did you ever see the picture in our office? The guy drew a picture of me and Robin in cars. It's one big head sticking out of a convertible. That's what that would look like if I was in that. One big head sticking out. Oh, look at this one. It's a close-up of the name. Oh, that's Lincoln. Lincoln is bringing a new version of its Aviator. Oh, they don't want to show it because it's a secret.
Oh, we call that the aggravator.
Oh, really? You don't like that one?
No, that's fine.
And then there's the Kia K900. There's the inside of it. Looks really clean.
It doesn't even look like it comes with seats.
That's
the seats are extra.
It looks like those.
You have to order them on the side.
Oh, look at this one in the alleyway. The 2019 Lexus UX crossover.
Huh. I wish I could. Yeah,
that's what somebody. Okay, what was the guy's name who changed into a woman? What was his name?
I didn't think we were allowed to talk about those kind of things on the air.
Yeah, but a crossover would be a perfect car for somebody like that.
Oh.
Just because it's a crossover,
Okay.
What was that guy's name? Jenner? Yeah, Jenner. Bruce became...
Oh, yeah.
Caitlin.
Yeah.
So he should drive a crossover.
He should have two of them.
Why?
Well,
Why two?
in case of how he wants to go out that night. He can have the sexy car when he wants to dress up.
You're going to have calls and emails. I'm going to have to sort through them and share them with you next week. You have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt, who is the one who said everything about Bruce Jenner, by the way. It was Matt.
Good morning, Matt. This is Sonny calling.
Good morning, Sonny.
Well, I have two cars. One you see quite regular. The other one more or less sits in the garage, and I start it up occasionally and take it for a ride just to keep everything going. And I'm just wondering if you had any further ideas that I could be using, or any other ideas I could possibly take advantage of as far as keeping the car going good. And I'm just, any other thing other than starting it up and running it once in a while.
Now, when you start it up and run it, are you actually taking it out and driving it, or are you just letting it?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, the most important thing is if you're going to start it up and run it, just make sure it gets to operating temperature. So, you want to get it to about 195 degrees. That's when the thermostat's going to open and allow the coolant to flow, and everything's at operating temperatures. And then you might want to just, drive it for, 15 to 30 minutes once it gets to operating temperature, just to keep things lubricated and stuff.
All right, I do that. And I just thought maybe there might be some other tips you might be able to give me. A tip that somebody gave me actually was a dealership, and they told me to charge the battery. Or bring it up to full charge, and if you have your battery charger has the floating technology built into it, leave it overnight every once in a while. And I did that, and what a difference! That's like I had a brand new battery in the car. And it seems to hold the charge, it does hold that charge for quite some time. So I only do that like once every 4 months or so, to charge it up like that. And you would think that just riding it would keep the battery charged. I guess it does, but it doesn't seem to have the full voltage that the fully charged battery would have in it.
Right.
I'm just wondering what you're thinking about that is.
Yeah, they make a tender, a battery tender.
Yes.
Very low. It's not low voltage; it's low amperage, and then a lot of them have automatic shutoff. So you could actually put it on there and just leave it on, and once the battery's fully charged, it just shuts the tender off, and so you don't have to worry about overcharging the battery.
Right. Well, anyway, That was the other thing that I got from a dealer, and it seems to work.
Yeah.
And I'd like to use the dealer's name, but I don't want to get that involved with it. But anyway, it was very helpful on their part, and I was surprised. I figured they were going to try to sell me a new battery.
Yeah, you probably talked to the right person there.
Right. All right, Matt. Thank you very much for the information, and thank you, WOCA, and happy Easter to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Great.
Thank you, Sonny.
One.
Thank you. Hey, look at these ones, Matt. This is an auction down in Fort Lauderdale. Look at the prices of these cars. A 2006 Ford GT for $300,000.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that so much money? A 1953 Cadillac Eldorado for $270,000. A 2006 Ford GT for $375,000. Is there a Buick Rendezvous 2005 on here? Because I mean, I don't want to break your heart.
Yeah, I mean, just keep on looking, brother. Punch it in. Hey.
I mean, why? I have an old car. Look at this, a 2006. That doesn't make sense. 300. Look at this one. Wait, 1957 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing, $1,300,000. Why?
Because I can.
Well, I can.
That's what I'm saying. You had the Mercedes convertible.
What will happen?
What will happen?
If I put my Buick on the line and say $6 million? I aim high, hoping that somebody come down to like a million.
Right. Try. Let's see. Let's. I think I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen, but let's just see. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? I mean, you got to put it out there.
Wow.
It just.
Oh, I know what to do.
Yes, you market yourself. This is the car that Larry Whitler drives.
No, you put it in a picture with a Learjet.
Yeah, that would help.
If we can drive onto the tarmac.
Okay.
Is it called the tarmac?
Yeah.
Airport?
Yeah. I mean, let's go out there. We get you
just park
posing, doing some poses
right,
on the hood.
Right.
Man poses. And say, this is Larry Whitler's car.
Right, yes.
He's a famous person on the radio. He's been on the radio for 50 years now.
Yes, that's right.
And you can own his car. He'll even autograph Autograph.
I like that.
The dash.
You have a phone call. Either that or somebody wanted to buy
Thank you, Jesus, for letting someone call.
Good morning. You're on the air with Matt. Hey, good morning. Oh, they left. Oh my gosh. I really didn't mean to scare you. Maybe they were calling to buy the car. Maybe they were interested in my Buick. I really can't sell it right now unless I get $1 million because... To be honest, I need the car.
Brother, you can sell it if you got 10 G's for it. Sell the car. Autograph both doors if you have to.
All right, the phone is ringing. We didn't chase them away after all. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
You chased away that thing back.
What?
Say, continuing with Sonny's question here about a car that doesn't get used a lot, he's not probably putting 300, 400, 500 miles on that car a year, even that much. What about the oil and changing oil? Because it's going to probably take 10 years to go 4,000.
Well, I mean, it's like it. Your sticker says it should be. We do it 4 months or 4,000 miles. So if you're not going to put the 4,000 miles on it, you should do it every 4 months.
What happens to the oil in 4 months? Does it spoil?
Well, what happens is it can break down because the one thing that oil gets in it can get fuel in it. Like every time he starts it up and runs it, and the gasoline can actually work its way into the crankcase. And that can break down the oil and whatnot. So. If it were me, if it were my car, I'd probably do it. I'd probably just do it every 6 months. I'd just change the oil and then put a new filter on it.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Sonny's going to have to change his oil, I guess.
Yeah. Well, hey, do you want to buy a Buick Rendezvous?
I got a Buick Escalade, and it's a wonderful car. I love it. And while we're on the subject of Buicks, I heard the other day that the most popular car in China is Buick.
Yeah, but here's the deal. This Buick is driven by Larry Whitler.
Who the heck is Larry Whitler?
Yeah, who is that?
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
You know who he is. You call him all the time.
That walks around the mall. Oh, I know who he is. Okay, guys, thanks a lot.
All right. So, when I was younger, my brother, who knows about cars, all of them do, I'm the only one who doesn't know, would go on the open highway to blow it out. Do you still do that? Do you still blow it out?
I blow them out. I blow out people's cars all the time.
What does that do, actually?
Nothing.
Well,
actually, I mean, back in the day when you had carburetors and points and even electronic ignitions, that was a different car than the cars of today. It's different. Cars of today learn your driving habits. So if you're not going to get on the car a lot, if you're not a heavy foot, and right. Larry is not a heavy foot because I've ridden with Larry, your computer actually adapts to your driving. It's called an adaptive strategy. Your car will learn how you drive.
I wonder what it thinks.
Do what?
I wonder what it thinks about the way I drive.
It doesn't think.
Now that it's learned it.
Now, see, when I get in there and drive your car, it's saying, wait a minute now, Larry, where's Larry? Go find Larry.
What?
Matt's in, somebody else besides Larry is in my is driving me today. Seriously. And a lot of times we have when we do replace certain parts and components, right, we have to do what we call a relearn procedure. We have to relearn the adaptive strategies.
Teach it to understand me.
We don't teach it. We say, Will you be taught? I want you to recognize we changed this component, and now you got to change the way you think about how to operate. And the car will eventually do that.
Ah, okay. Are you ready for a phone call?
Yeah, well, let's do that.
Good morning. Thank you, Jesus, for the phone call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. One of the other things that happens when you have a car sit too long, these modern cars have computers, and if the battery goes dead from maintaining that computer for a period of time, the internal battery in the computer goes dead, and now you have to reflash all the computers.
Matt?
Bringing that up.
Oh, Matt's disagreeing with you, right?
Yeah.
Matt's disagreeing with you.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a reflash or a reprogram. It was just the very, very thing I was just talking about. Sometimes it will learn its adaptive strategy, and you have to go through a procedure to teach it, and like idle circuits and stuff like that. And that happens even if you just replace a battery. Chryslers are real bad about it. A lot of times your battery go bad on a Chrysler, and you get replaced a battery, and the thing won't run no more. It'll just crank up and stall, crank up and stall, crank up and stall. And and it takes about 15 minutes sometimes to get these cars to say, okay. By doing certain procedures, then the computer will say, "Okay, I'm accepting these they call adaptive strategies." And then
live and learn. Yeah.
And then
have a good morning, all.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. And then drive it down the road. It continues to learn.
By the way, Hugh said that the Buick was the most popular car in China. He's correct. Is that you? And it says here the reason for that is because of heritage.
Because of heritage?
Yeah, it was the first American car sold in China. So it has a long history there.
I didn't know such a thing.
The most popular Buicks in China are the Excel and the Envision.
I've never even heard of them, but is
that right?
Yeah.
So maybe Rendezvous means something bad, so they try to change the name.
And a lot of times, yeah, they'll have different names in different countries.
Same car, though, right? Yeah. All right, good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Good morning. I do change the oil twice a year on my very seldom used car. But anyway, the other thing is with the computers and everything, I think we went through that once when I asked you about the reason why the car doesn't slow down as much, Matt, when you took it for a ride and drove it. And other than that, I don't know. Assuming the computer in the car is working well. I did have a problem once with the on the Pontiac Vibe that I have, where the battery was changed over or something. I forget what happened, but it had to get reprogrammed, and you wound up reprogramming it on that Vibe. It made a big difference.
Yeah. And that right there, it wasn't when I hear reprogram, like I have a laptop. I go in there, I plug in, I interface with the computer in the car, and I actually will download new information in. That's a program to me. But what Sonny was talking about, when I reset the adaptive strat, I cleared out all the old thought processes of that processor, and we just gave it new thought processes.
Oh, and that's what happened before you sold me my car.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, got it. Thank you, sir.
Same thing as when you smack a kid in the head, wake up.
There you go. There you go. We got to smack him and leave.
Don't smack your kid.
Okay, have a good day.
You too.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah, smack your kid. Happy Easter.
Good morning. You're on there with Matt.
Hi, I've got a question. If the battery, I left the light on in the car, and so I went out to start it the next morning, and it didn't start. The service soon said battery. I tried it again, and it started. Now, if I just keep driving it around, will it charge the battery enough, or should I have the battery charged?
Well, I would definitely have the battery charged if the battery is low, and I would charge it, because here's the thing: when you have a low battery and let's say you have to jump it off, a lot of times when you go to start it, doesn't start. You shut the key off. You can wait a minute or so, then it will finally connect. It will finally start. If let's say your alternator on the car, let's say you got 60,000 miles on the car or whatever, and now your battery was low. The alternator is a 105 amp alternator, let's just say. Well, because the battery is so low, as soon as that car starts up, that alternator is going to put out as much amperage as possible because the battery is so low. So what you're doing is you're really, really making that alternator do the work at maximum its capability, and that can be detrimental to the alternator. So if you charge up the battery, let it fully charge, then the alternator's not having to work as hard, and then also test the battery. So I would charge it up, and I have an actual DC charger. I have a special charger that whenever we're dealing with computer stuff and programming and stuff like that, we put this system on the car. It charges up the battery. Once the battery gets fully charged, then it goes in and tests the battery, tests the alternator, tests the starter. It may be time for a new battery.
The battery isn't that old. However, do you have to take the battery out? Can you charge it in the car?
No, I don't. I mean,
you leave it in the car?
Yeah, we leave it in the car.
Okay, and where are you located?
We're at 1800 Northwest 10th Street, which is Highway 27. 1800 Northwest 10th Street.
1800 Northwest, which is 2700.
Highway 27.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. Good call. Good call. Yeah, you'll enjoy bringing your car to Matt, because he knows cars are cars.
Cars are cars. Similarly made.
Similarly made.
Similarly sold. In a motorcade. Abandoned when road. Cars are cars. All over the world.
Listen to you, the drummer man. All right, Matt.
All right, let's all have a large day today.
It's large. How's your Easter? What's your plans for Easter?
We're doing Easter Saturday. We're having Easter Saturday with all the grandchildren's and children's and all that stuff.
That's
yeah.
nice. Well, there's your song. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Larry.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you.
We'll be right back.
Guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here is your 1-minute news brief from The Source WOCA. Governor Rick Scott signed bills yesterday requiring nursing homes and assisted living facilities to have backup power